Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and today I want to talk about something not Final Fantasy XIV related. Actually, not Final Fantasy at all. Okay, maybe a little bit, but anyway, for years I produced video after video after video on Final Fantasy XIV and other Square titles. Heck, look at the total number of videos I've posted, and I'm sure we know the topic of almost all of them. It's fair to say that Final Fantasy is my favorite franchise, and by far the most influential one on my life. But believe it or not, it's not the only franchise that I'm attached to. Today I wanted to let you know 3 other franchises that I love as well. I may not love them as much as Final Fantasy, but they've all influenced me in some way, shape, or form. Now before we get started, I want to tell you about this video's sponsor, Magic Spoon. You know, I actually used to love cereal as my go-to snack. Pour a bunch of dry cereal in a bowl and just eat it on the side of my desk while I'm doing work or while I'm playing games. Sometimes I would just eat out of the bag too. Sorry, Mom. But several years ago, I just stopped buying cereal altogether because it was full of sugar and a bunch of other things I just didn't want to eat. So when Magic Spoon reached out to me and wanted to sponsor a video, you can bet that I jumped on that one pretty quick. I mean, there's a lot to say about it. It's a high quality cereal with all sorts of accolades on its rap sheet. 140 calories per serving, 13 to 14 grams of protein per serving, 4 grams of net carbs per serving, and for me, the biggest thing is the 0 grams of sugar. Not to mention it's gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and keto-friendly. I've got their variety pack here with 4 great flavors: peanut butter, cocoa, fruity, and frosted. They're all good on their own, but I personally like to get a little crazy and mix the peanut butter and the cocoa. That's really good. I'm recording this at like 9 p.m. and it's been a long day, so this is definitely hitting the spot right now. So if you want to try out Magic Spoon and support the channel, then you can use the QR code that's on the screen right now. You can just scan that with your phone real quick, or you can use the link in the description. If you use discount code Mr. Happy, you will save $5 on any order of Magic Spoon. And it has a money-back guarantee, a 100% happiness guarantee from Magic Spoon. If you don't like it, they will send you your money back. So scan the QR code or use the link, and don't forget the discount code Mr. Happy to save $5. With that, let's get to the video. For franchise number 1, Dance Dance Revolution. Now I'm kind of cheating with this one because I'm really more of a rhythm gamer. I've never been solely tied to Dance Dance Revolution. However, this franchise is majorly responsible for reforming a large portion of my life and living habits. I started playing when I was like 10 years old while I was still in a leg cast after breaking my leg that same summer. Yeah, I just kind of hopped on each single arrow while on the crutches, and then after getting out of the cast, I kept playing and playing obsessively for months and years on end. I'm talking about 4 or 5 hours a day, and that's still even after I was introduced to Final Fantasy XI. Hey, I had a lot of time to do DDR in between those H&M spawns. I started going to the local arcade every weekend and even participated in tournaments in my area. Eventually, I bought a metal pad for my home and brought it with me all the way into college and even into my early streaming days. It kept me active, healthy, and above all else, groovy. I didn't stop with DDR though. In the Groove and Custom Step Mania charts would become an equal obsession. I used to sit there for hours and make my own step charts and tackle whatever I could find on the forums. This, of course, became a gateway to other rhythm games as well: Beatmania, DJ Max, Guitar Hero, and most recently, Theater Rhythm. I know I said no Final Fantasy, but come on, I'm talking rhythm games here. While I'm a washed-up rhythm gamer nowadays, what I wouldn't give to maybe just buy another metal DDR pad and just go to town. Maybe record something better than those awful desk camera videos I used to make with my on-the-way-out metal DDR pad. Ugh, that left arrow when it started going. Ugh, I still have nightmares about it. Maybe one day, but for now, it's just nice to remember. Franchise number 2 is Armored Core. You know, I thought about just making FromSoft their entire category here because I've been playing their games since before I knew who they were. Seriously, I didn't know Armored Core was FromSoft until years and years and years down the line. Obviously, nowadays we have the Soulsborne games with, of course, Elden Ring being my personal game of the year for 2022, but I also played things such as Lost Kingdom and, more importantly, Armored Core. Oh boy, was this game a hardcore obsession with me for years. Make your own mechs, make your own choices, fight in the arena, take down massive armored units and moving fortresses. I still think back on my experiences fondly, from Armored Core 2 back down to 1 up to 3 all the way through 4 and 4 Answer. While I definitely didn't play as many games in this franchise as others on the list, I played the ones I had fervently. I even had a magazine that I would get every week or every other week called Tips and Tricks, and inside it had a section called Hardcore, where readers submitted their own designs and had them ranked and rated by the writers. I would go out of my way to rebuild a lot of these, most of them being for Armored Core 3, and I looked forward to every single issue just to get some more ideas for what I could go back and try in my own games. I loved the franchise for years, but it's been fairly dormant for some time. While the creator moved on to make things like Daemon X Machina, it was never the same for me. I needed that gritty, bleak world to tie it all together. Fortunately, my dreams have come true, or will be answered soon with Armored Core 6. You can bet I'll be all over that one whenever it ends up being this year. Now for my final franchise, if you know me, you might have already noticed what isn't on this list yet and have a pretty good idea. That's right, my last franchise for this video is Devil May Cry. Oh man, Devil May Cry, what a roller coaster of a franchise it's been since its inception. From the moment I saw Dante casually shrugging off a sword through the chest, I fell in love. I played through every new release on every difficulty available until all that was left was a need for the next game. Devil May Cry 2 may have left a lot to be desired, but Devil May Cry 3, 4, and 5 are all among my favorite games of all time. DMC Devil May Cry is also not so bad, just a few overly edgy scenes and writing give it a slightly bad taste. It's crazy to think that Devil May Cry actually started as a Resident Evil game, a franchise that I've always just kind of admired from afar, but never really gotten too deep into myself. The parallels are pretty obvious once you know that though. It's just grown so much from there, and I'm glad the franchise was given room to shine and well exist in the first place. The creator, Hideki Kamiya, would go on to co-found Platinum Games and help write and supervise a number of other games, most notably Bayonetta. He considers it a spiritual successor to Devil May Cry, and it's gained a substantial audience and following. I've never been as big on the Bayonetta series for several reasons, but at one point Kamiya expressed interest in a Bayonetta and Devil May Cry crossover title. That needs to happen. If that ever comes to fruition, I am hopping on that gravy train for sure. And there you have it, 3 major non-Final Fantasy franchises I absolutely love. And keep in mind, I really had to fight myself to keep some things off the list. Obviously, I said I left out Soulsborne because while I love them, they never dominated my life quite as much as Armored Core did. You know, you have tactics-style games, other RPGs, hell, even life sims and sandbox games like Minecraft and Terraria are huge on my list of loves, that I wanted to keep things focused a bit more. Either way, let me know some of your favorite franchises in the comment section of the video below. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned. I'll be doing more fun videos like this throughout the year because I want 2023 to be a fun one for the channel. Anyway, thanks, and until next time, take care.